Hey, thank you for coming back. And today I'd like to talk to you about another flashlight. Yeah, I know it seems like I'm doing a lot of lights lately, but that's what I'm able to do. And it's this flashlight from Ace Beam, right there. It's called the Poke Light or Poke Lit. Let me see, can I get it? Right there. Now, this is an EDC flashlight or miniaturized flashlight. But before I really get into that, let me show you what you get in the box. You get a lanyard or wrist strap, little instruction sheet, and boy, is the printing really small on that. You're going to need like a microscope for that thing. You get a USB or USB-C to USB Type A charging cable. What is that? Maybe about 4 inches in length. And you get a couple spare O-rings in there for the flashlight. On the box, and you get product certification. You get a little bit of information right here. There you go if you want to scan some QR codes about the light on the box, but not a whole lot. And of course, you do get the Ace Beam light itself. Now, you do not unscrew the tail piece, you unscrew the head to get to the battery compartment. And inside, you can see there's this little insulator you have to take off in order for it to work. And here is the battery, which is rechargeable, and there is the port to charge it. It is a 920 milliamp hour battery, and the size of the battery is a 14500 battery. Now, let me get that back on. One other thing you need to do is, if you notice, the lens looks a little funny, and there's this little bit of red stuff here. And well, that's because for the lens, they put a little piece of protective film on the lens itself to help protect it from scratches or breakage or whatever while in transit. Now, I already told you that it's a 14500 USB Type-C rechargeable battery, and like I said, it's 920 milliamps. This flashlight is also compatible with nickel metal hydride rechargeable batteries or AA alkaline type batteries. So yes, if this battery runs out of juice and you need to charge it up, well, guess what? And that one runs dry, and you got a couple AA's, you could throw this in here, throw it in there, and it'll work. You're not going to get the same lumen ratings, but you'll be able to run it. It is IP68 waterproof rated, up to 2 meters, meaning like if you drop it in water, it's 2 meters. There's 3 brightness levels, low, medium, and high. You get this 2-way clip. So what that means is you can either put something, like a pocket this way, and it's a real sturdy clip too. Or up here on top, you can put something in there like that. So like if you wanted to put on the brim of your hat or something, you can do that without having to remove the clip itself. And if you do want to remove the clip, you can do so, because this part, the clip is removable. Okay, so that is nice. It uses I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this correctly, Nichia, Nichia 519A LED in this flashlight with a CRI value of 90. Now, what that means, the CRI value is the color rendering index, if memory serves me correctly. The higher that number, the truer to color the LED will emit that light. The light temperature is 5000 K at 1849 candela, for all of you who want to know all that stuff. Now, the low mode is 5 lumens. The medium is 190, and the highest output that this will give you is 550 lumens. They boast on the low, you can get 58 hours. The medium, you're going to get 2 hours and 21 minutes. And the high is 1 hour and 1 minute. I found those to be pretty accurate. On the high, I got 1 hour and 20 minutes. On the low, I actually got 2 hours and 23 minutes. And, excuse me, on the low, meaning 5 lumens, I actually kind of stopped testing it after 2 days, okay? So I know for a fact that it's going to run for 48 hours. I don't know about that extra 10 hours, but if the other two were pretty accurate, I'm going to say that you're probably going to get about 57 hours, let's just say, to be on the safe side, on the low, meaning the 5 lumen rating. Now, in the testing, I just went outside and did the medium and the high, because the 5 lumen rating outside really doesn't show up very well on my camera or with the camera that I use. So I did it on the inside in my bathroom, and you can see it, how well it lights up. Now, it's a little bit, tiny bit darker on camera than it is in real life. I don't care what kind of camera you're using and what settings you're using. Real life, for any flashlight, it's always going to be a little bit brighter in real life than what you're going to see on video, okay? So you're going to see that. And of course, I'm going to do my typical thing. I'm going to show you some pictures from AceBeam that gives you a little bit more information about the flashlight. Then I'm going to get into test video, and then I'm going to come back and give you my final thoughts about this AceBeam flashlight. Here's the test video. Okay, I hope you really enjoyed that test video as much as I kind of enjoyed doing it, because it was kind of cold outside. Okay, now, one thing I did forget to mention about the AceBeam, about the battery when you're charging it. Let me plug it into this power bank. If you notice, there's a little red light right there when you're charging it. That will turn green when it's fully charged. Okay, one thing I did notice too also is it did, on high, it got pretty warm. Not, to me, not anything really to be concerned about. It's not going to burn your hand. It's not too hot to the point where you're going to put it down. But it did get pretty warm within about 10 minutes of it being on high. Same thing with the battery. When you're charging it, it'll get warm, not really hot. Of course, this part right here, the very top, the little metal piece, the button, will get a little bit warmer than the rest of the battery, because it's not only getting heat from it being charged, but the heat from the little LED. I think that's kind of acting as a heat sink for the LED as well. It'll get a lot warmer than the body of the battery when it's charging. Also, I did notice too that I used a high output type charger to charge up the battery. I think it was a 30-watt charger, and it got a lot warmer than, say, me using a USB port on my laptop, because I kind of did both. I wanted to see how hot this thing would get if I used a high-end type, high output type charger. It got warm. I mean, really, really, really warm. But when I switched it down to, like, say, my laptop USB port, yes, it took longer to charge it, but it didn't get as warm. So my advice would be, if you want to preserve the life of the battery, because heat is the enemy of all batteries, because it basically wears it out a lot faster, slow charge these things, okay? That's pretty much it. So now, what am I going to do? I suggest you get this light? Yeah, I do. I like the fact that it's not, 1,000 or more lumens and stuff, because something this small, you really, in my opinion, really don't need it. I know a lot of people sit there and say they want these lights to have 1,000 lumens to 10 million or whatever. I know 10 million lumens, really. But as a everyday carry or a pocket flashlight, something to keep in your glove box, whatever, it's a great flashlight. 550 lumens is perfectly fine for anybody that wants a flashlight. And to be honest, with some of these bigger flashlights with the 18650 battery or bigger, sometimes I'd like to see manufacturers have the maximum output, like no more than 600 lumens, because let's be honest, a lot of the times for most or many people, let's not say most, let's say many people out there, you really don't need to have like a 2,000 or 1,000 lumen type flashlight, unless you're really kind of like out in the country somewhere and you really need to see far. But 500 to 600 lumens for everyday people is perfect, and I really wish you could see a little bit more of that, because not only that, the little bit lower the lumen rating, like especially in an 18650 battery or a bigger one, a 600 watt chip in there, or LED, will also give you a little bit longer runtime as well. So yes, I do like having high-powered flashlights with 1,000 watt or 1,000 lumens or more. It's kind of nice to have that, but it would also be kind of nice to have something that's not so powerful as well. Just like if I'm running around the house because of a power outage and I need to know where I'm going, just give me something that's 500-600 lumens. Not to mention, like I said, it'll probably make the runtime on the battery last a lot longer, a lot less heat damage done to the battery, all that good stuff. So that's my opinion. So, but what is my overall opinion of the AceBeam Poke Light? I think I really said that. It's either that or it's pocket light type thing. I don't know. What do I think of it? I think it's a great flashlight. Oh, and by the way, there's no half press. You got to turn it on, turn it off to get to all of the modes. There's no half pressing on this. It does have a memory mode. As you see, it's on the highest mode right there. And if I shut it off and I talk for a few good seconds here, I'm watching the counter on the clock. I'll even give it up to 5 seconds here. It's still on high. And like I said, you just got to turn it on, turn it off to get to the mode that you want. I think this is a really great flashlight to get. It's reasonably priced. I love this color, by the way. This green color, fantastic. I love the lumen rating because it's perfect for something of this size. You really don't, in my opinion, you really don't need something higher than the 550, maybe 600 lumens. That's it. It's a great flashlight. It's a great buy. I highly recommend it. And that you get the AceBeam, I'm just going to say Poke Light. It's the AceBeam Poke Light 550 lumen flashlight. It's a great everyday carry. It's great to have it maybe even in your car in case you happen to break down at night. It's a great pocket flashlight. Perfect lumen rating for that and everything else. It's a great buy. Okay? And if you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and do not forget about that notification bell. It would really help me out a lot if you were to share this video and maybe a few more of my others on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.